It's alright, or?
And because too, we'd had friends who had a video of their weddings and they were so staged and dreadful and
If anybody was blessed enough to be able to see us behind closed doors and what we're really like.
And if I could just indulge you, everybody, because we do have a videographer here. Can you all please say hi to Vicky and Dave and the family? Hi. Thank you.
If they just made an impromptu visit, they would think, who are these weirdos? Because we just...
Maybe we should get married all over again and get a wedding video done.
As long as it's in Vegas and Elvis does the ceremony.
Okay.
You like your hair?
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah, it's good. It's different to what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
Something a bit more extravagant.
Tell me why you think you're suitable for this position.
Which position? Father of the bride or husband?
Husband of the nightmare.
You said to me that you would walk out of the church if I came down looking like someone I wasn't.
Yeah, I did say that.
I have no idea about what's about to happen, so I'm completely unsuited to this role. I have a suit, that's about all I can contribute.
It's a nice fibre optic tree.
Shall I turn it on?
No. It's not night time, Ben. There's standards, there's rules, you know. Lovely.
Yeah, well, I learned just that way, through Michelle, because I really wasn't, paying close attention. And I probably just kept going, really?
What are they doing? Have you seen? Making a mess.
So I used to do that when I was young.
Why?
Why not?
It's mindless graffiti.
And I think, did she get to the point in the middle of the holiday at some point where she said, I think this is the one?
Yeah. And I said, really?
Someone's got to clean that up.
The rain will. It's very Australian. Of what? Of what?
Of the road.
That's okay.
I'm not comfortable with this.
Now, Michelle said to Erin some time ago, now, when you get married, make sure you find someone who isn't Anglican and doesn't come from the Shire. Ben is Catholic and he's from Manchester.
There was no chalk drawing on roads in Manchester in 1987.
No, it was too cold.
That's all I used to do in my childhood. Draw on the chalk. That's what I did at their age.
Nice cup of tea.
You had?
Yeah, in front of the TV.
That's fun. That's more fun.
Is it? It was a cold September day in Manchester, and I was on my way to my seat at the newly named Etihad Stadium when my phone vibrated to the sound of a Twitter notification.
So we found out that he supports Manchester City, so that was really good.
But was, if I'm being brutally honest, disappointed to see that it was an internet pseudonym by the name of Lady Sky Blue, who through her excessive use of the letter O in the word so, stated that I was so lucky.
Erin travelling overseas, you know how, she met Ben and all those sorts of things, but
You don't?
you don't know any of it?
Oh.
None. Well, she met him through Twitter, which is, an interesting way to meet people, but anyway.
I was a little confused as to why Lady Sky Blue thought I was so lucky. So, I responded to this effect. Why was I so lucky? Million miles from home.
Yep, yeah, completely. Have you got any 3G reception?
Yeah, I have. I'm quite.
You have?
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, I do actually, yeah. Not completely stranded then.
Ben, seriously, does chalk on the road not get done in England at all?
No, I honestly don't remember doing that.
You haven't lived if you haven't
Really?
drawn on a road with chalk.
You know what's crazy is that this is only like an hour and a half away from
Yeah.
that absolutely packed out city.
Yeah.
Originally we wanted to get photos in the national park and James said he loved doing photos there, but with the time of the ceremony and the time of the reception we probably wouldn't have been able to get there to get photos done and get back in time, so...
The birthplace of modern Australia.
Really?
You were born on the edge of the modern birthplace of Australia.
Erin's our first child. She arrived quite unexpectedly on the 27th of February 1991. We were expecting her in April, so she had other plans. She came quite early.
It doesn't feel like, honestly, when I look at this, I feel like I'm in, I don't know what the cliffs of Dover look like in real life, but...
Nothing like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it worse or better?
Oh, heaps worse.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you stand on top of the cliffs of Dover and you look out, you're essentially looking over to France, and who in their right mind would want to do that?
She's always been organised. She always has a plan.
I forgot my Spanx and I forgot my shoes. Yeah, but I had to go buy them. That is so frustrating.
As most of you know, I like things to be done, completed, finished, organised and finalised.
And I bought them so that I could bring them tonight.
And not just done, completed, finished, organised and finalised within a certain amount of time, it has to be done right now.
Oh, there we go, there's a sign, Wentworth Falls.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Turn left. But I don't know, like, if you told someone Wentworth Falls, I don't know, you'd probably think, like, a little trickling stream and, like, ducks running happily.
Yeah.
And little rabbits running and, like, not a care in the world, like...
Yeah, compared to this, like, probably just beastly drops and cliffs and...
Yeah, burning
danger.
grass and
Yeah.
holes in the road.
Exactly.
I rang the person who's got the limo today and he said, is the photographer that you've got, is he professional or is he like a friend? I said, oh, well, he's professional, but like I've since, you know, seen him in social outings as well. And he said, oh, okay, well, if you see a ranger there, just tell them it's a friend because you're not meant to have professional people taking photos in there or something. And I was like, right. Don't know how I feel about lying to a ranger, but...
It's the second time I've seen it and it just never, I don't think it'll ever get boring. Just...
Honestly, it's so hard to imagine your wedding day, like you know, what it would feel like to walk down a small path with a whole bunch of people gawking at you, i.e. the aisle.
So striking, look, it's unreal. When you first see it, it's just like...
Now that's a long way down.
Can you actually...
Leaning over there, look how...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good with heights,
Yeah.
but it's a little...
It's just hard to push past the, okay, what have I got to do next? Where are all my lists?
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing a trail, not just a lookout.
I don't think Erin will be.
Yeah, she'll watch the video afterwards and be like, what? I told you not to do this.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, I was under specific instruction to not go walking, not get injured and not get lost.
The musicians tell me they haven't practiced for whether they want it to still go ahead, and I was like, of course, like, I don't have a backup plan, I don't have a backup plan for all of this, but, you know, what can you do?
She's gonna go mad at me.
Yeah, leaning over the cliff edge to get some water. Like, you had water in your bottle?
Ben, do you need anything? Ben? Ben?
Now, honestly, that is good. It's good water.
Hello,
Hello?
where are you? I have really struggled to find the right words to describe how I'm feeling. I've written it once and then decided the person that was speaking wasn't really me, so try it again. And also how best to describe my love for Ben. I think it comes from the heart now, which is what I wanted. I think the problem was that I was Googling bride wedding speech. There are 1,000,001 things I could say about Ben and how much he has changed me for the better. From charming the pants off all the magistrates at Burwood Court to adoring every single animal, yes, even the lizards.
Oh, that's what you see in the garden?
Yeah. When its tongue comes out, watch it, it'll be blue.
I think my best memory would be when he asked if I would go and have a coffee with him.
I can't believe it's you!
Yeah.
I just wrote to her mother and was just so excited. Look, I've got goosebumps.
Yeah.
That is so lovely.
Yeah.
That is so lovely. I'm going to give him another hug. Look after her.
Yeah, I will do,
I know
definitely.
you will.
To Peter and Michelle, my new mother-in-law and father-in-law.
And I thought, must be an important discussion about to occur, yeah.
Peter, I enjoy nothing more than drifting off in conversation with you about our similar passions.
So we went out to a cafe and had a cup of coffee, and that's when he told me that he would like to marry Erin.
And, dare I say it, the similarities between conservative Britain in the early 80s and the current Tony Abbott regime. That was a good one. That was good.
Lucy, can you park on the road?
I don't think I'd ever really, in my head, planned that I'd be doing that in my life at some point, having someone say, I'd like to marry your daughter. I thought, how did I get that old?
Can you park on the road? Can you park on the road? Because I want to keep the grass good for the weekend.
So yeah, that was my first encounter. That's Lucy.
Hi, bye.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't political. No, we met through mutual friends.
We met via a mutual friend in Manchester.
This mutual friend was putting on a musical, and I was asked to come and help to play the piano for rehearsals.
He had the most gorgeous black curly hair.
And I went to the first rehearsal, I guess, and there was a whole bunch of things all across the top of the lid of the piano, which I had to move. So I moved them off the piano, and then this big voice came out and said, "What are you doing? Put that back."
And when I saw him, I thought, yeah, Kevin Keegan, curly hair and tash.
Ben's mum was 14, I think, when they first met.
15.
15?
Yeah, almost legal.
Yeah.
And they got married when she was around 18 or 19, I think.
And I remember my mum taking Eddie to one side and saying, she's just lost her dad and she's a lot younger than you are, so just take care of her. And he did.
And I did.
He did.
Yeah, and they got married, same church that we're getting married in. Yeah, they want to get a photo that's similar to the one that they took on their wedding day.
A guidebook of how to not get lost.
In 1987.
Oh, it's the year I was born. It was meant to be.
I want to cast everybody's minds back, and particularly Karen's, who's here to my right, to the 23rd of March 1987. That was the early morning hours that Ben was born.
I'm pretty nervous now. Yeah, got the butterflies and everything now.
I want to take you back to his early hours birth and the fact that he's now living on the other side of the world. And Barbara Rogers says to us, Karen and I, Ben is one of those rare pupils we get into school who, no matter what effort he puts in, he will make a success of his life.
Everyone's eyes are on you, aren't they?
to think where he is now is absolutely tremendous as parents.
It was a little bit harder for me. When we delivered Ben, they took him away instantly. And I asked, was there something wrong? Was anything wrong? That I didn't hear him cry. And the nurse said, everything's fine. We'll bring him back. He's fine. And they brought him back. And he wasn't fine.
I could not have wished for two more compassionate and loving people as my parents, who shared in the strife and upheaval many hospital visits as a child with a cleft lip and palate caused. But the novelty of a PlayStation 1 on wheels was good enough excuse for me to go into hospital. What time are we leaving?
Are you saying you want to play Xbox?
I was absolutely convinced that his one true love was, and always would be, Manchester City, with his Xbox a close second.
Would you like to be upstanding to welcome the bride?
It was through social media that I received this text message.
Alison, someone I went to work with, I worked with.
Al, Ben is the man I'm going to marry. He tucks my hair behind my ear, holds my hand.
And I guess she just was able to teach me to be confident about myself and to, you know, stand up for myself. And
I never get bored of what he has to say, and by some crazy miracle, he likes me too.
It's like a soulful, a real sweet, soulful voice.
Ben and I met during a period of time where I thought I would end up forever alone.
And hearing her sing is just, I have no idea why she doesn't like to.
I thought there would be no one out that would get me, that would like me, that would want to put the hard miles in and break down the dark cloud.
I would love if she did an impromptu song and sung at a wedding. Like, that would be all birthdays, Christmases, everything else all at once come true. But
from the moment I met you in Manchester, we clicked, and it was only a few hours later that I knew for sure that you were the one for me.
I have never said what I'm about to say to anyone, not even Erin. But the moment that you walked through the doors at the arrival hall at Manchester Airport, I knew at that precise moment that I would marry you. As I stand before you all now, the happiest guy in the world, with my very own Sergio Aguero moment for life, I find myself going back to the very time Erin entered my life with a 140 character restriction. You were right, Erin. I am so lucky.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, I therefore proclaim that they are now husband and wife.
My fears
so far is talking to one another until we finally were in the same country this year.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we've finally had all the firsts of everything, you know, going to movies, going to things we're invited to.
Yeah. It's...
I'm not sick of you.
That's really nice to hear. I'm not sick of you either.
You're welcome.